course has been great this week. It's probably been the best one we've played at.
All the members make you feel so welcome and make you feel like you're a part of the club.
They're so enthusiastic, and it's brought a lot to the tournament already.
Hello and welcome to the PGA EuroPro Tour. This week we're in Northern Ireland at the beautiful Clandeboye Golf Club, home of former EuroPro Tour player and now European Tour winner Jonathan Caldwell, who plays host this week. We caught up with him a little bit earlier today.
Great buzz here this morning. Obviously all the guys have travelled yesterday and maybe early this morning, and they're all starting to arrive and they're probably ready to tee it up and get a practice round in or pro-am it. So yeah, there's a great buzz about the place, and I'm really looking forward to getting the week started today.
You've been far and wide on the European Tour in the last year or so. How's that been for you, stepping up from the EuroPro?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, I had a taste of that in 2009 when I first came out and didn't play very well, and then obviously had lots of years in the EuroPro and playing poorly and playing okay, and then obviously to get back on the main tour has been fantastic. Like you say, a lot of travelling. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to getting back there in a couple of weeks' time, obviously to Switzerland and seeing those nice places.
Winning in Sweden has obviously secured your status on the tour for a few years. Was that a lot of relief for you, and also B, the fact that now the club made sure that you were playing this week now? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, with that win, it made it possible for me to be here this week and obviously host and play, and that was a great bonus for me, obviously, to be able to be here. The win takes a little bit of pressure off, bit of job security for the next while. So yeah, obviously the win's fantastic, but it's all the benefits that come with it, getting in the big events and things like that.
You're expecting a big crowd here this week. Pressure on?
Yes, massively. Yeah. You know, obviously I've had that win on the main tour, and the expectations will be high from the members here. But once they see these guys playing, they'll know that, you know, the standard is incredibly high out here on this tour, and I'll certainly have to be at my best to compete come Friday.
We'll be hearing a little more from Jonathan Caldwell throughout the show, but as we hit the business end of the season with 10 different winners, the most recent being Dermot McIlroy, who won in style in Luton Hoo. Let's take a look at the order of merit.
As usual, 5 players will be promoted to the Challenge Tour at season's end. And while Mitch Waite currently leads the way, nothing is so far mathematically guaranteed. There's still everything to play for. The EuroPro Tour has returned to Northern Ireland for the first time since 2012. And the welcome back could not have been any warmer. A gala dinner in the majestic setting of Stormont Castle set the tone as members of the Northern Ireland Assembly gathered, together with members of the host venue, the Clandeboye Club, tour officials and the First Minister, Paul Given. The food was sumptuous, and that's also applied to the standard of the golf. Trying to become the season's first double winner, Mitch Waite sits third. After his remarkable opening round 60, Simon Thornton is second, but the leader, thanks to rounds of 66, then 65, is Joe Brooks. It's clear the final 18 will be something to savour, but that was the only thing clear. On a foggy morning, the murk was so intense, it's delayed play until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, meaning a shotgun start's required. The final group, though, will tee off as normal on the first, and Gary Ellis, it's a stern initial test.
It certainly is, Phil, as we take a quick look here at the first hole. Only 388 yards, but a difficult opener. Fairway slopes from left to right, lots of humps and bumps. And then you've got this shortish iron, avoiding these 2 bunkers on the right. But a tough opener.
I'll tell you what, Gary, there was nothing tough about the game for Simon Thornton on day one. Out in 29, back in 31 for a truly extraordinary 60.
It really was. I mean, a very, very good player, very experienced player, Simon Thornton, but even so, any score like that and threatening to break 60 is remarkable.
This, though, is the 36-hole leader from the Hanbury Manor Club, Joe Brooks.
Quite a lot of pressure for Joe today coming into this. He's again a seasoned competitor, but not been right at the top of things very often. There are no bad swings, are there now, Phil? It's very, very orthodox. And here we see the third hole, 420 yards. Again, undulating fairway, lumps and bumps. You've just got to keep this one nice and straight, because these trees, whilst very attractive, are liable to get in the way. This hump that we're flying over now sort of semi-obscures the view. No bunkers around this hole, but just 2 good straight hits required to secure a par.
James Allen coming off a couple of pars to begin with. An acceptable outcome as we go back to the first, where Ashley Weller is with the ball of Joe Brooks.
Brooks has opted for safety off the tee. He's left himself 117 yards into this hole. It's heavily downwind now. The wind has switched overnight, and he's got to clear the bunkers at the front of the green, but he's got plenty of green to work with the pin cut at the back. It's all about flight and spin control on this shot.
Well, Ash has told us all about it. And can Joe Brooks manage the flight and spin control? Good swing, tossing the ball really high into the air in order to get it spinning. And that'll settle him down. Chance of a birdie there from about 15 feet or so.
On the fifth, the second par 3 on the golf course, Ben Amor. Before the pandemic, he had a couple of top 5s on the Alps Tour, including a runner-up finish. And top 5 is a realistic possibility today.
Simon Thornton opted for a driver down the first, so a very short approach and beautifully controlled. That one from little more than 6 feet for him to start with a birdie. James Allen, very lofty club, nice view. Looking through this little valley. Again, big, high, flippy follow through to get the elevation, to get the ball stopping on these firm greens. Steady on, steady on. A bit unlucky, just crept over that knob and ran on a bit.
You've got to have sympathy for Joe Brooks as he puts for birdie here on the first. Yeah, tentative. He would have been nervous anyway. It's a really big day for him. Then having to wait until mid-afternoon to get underway, those nerves would have been exacerbated.
You're absolutely right, Phil. Difficult to know when you're warming up and when you're going to go, and really hard when you're nervous anyway. John Henry. This is running beautifully, showing how good the greens are, and straight in. Well done, John Henry.
Amor on the fifth, we saw the accuracy of his tee shot. Now come on lads, move out of the way. Give us a good go at watching this. Well, we saw when it mattered, when it fell into the cup. Lovely too. For the man who's had 3 top 25 finishes recently.
Now, similar line to Brooks, much shorter. I think he had the right line, just as you could see, that whisker too hard.
It's still revenge, Gary. He made a double bogey 6 here yesterday.
Yes, after a 60, it's a real after the Lord Mayor's show, that was. Now, this one for Alan, not so easy to judge. Back up over the slope, then it swings down and to the left. Yeah, that's pretty well judged.
Ireland's Luke Donnelly and Thomas Hickson from Scotland have both made fast starts to join the logjam in 4th, but it's as you were for the main title challengers after 3 holes, with leader Brooks putting for birdie on the 4th after kicking off his big day with a trio of pars.
Not much movement in this if you can keep it inside the hole. But as you could see, it was neither inside the hole nor at the right pace.
Now this is David Langley playing his first season on the EuroPro Tour after finishing 10th at the Q School. Very nice indeed.
Mitch Waite, who's been on a fine run of form over this summer, these last few weeks. And he's been doing that. He's been draining some putts on the greens. And another one goes in.
Langley graduated from Old Dominion University with a +5 handicap and a degree in health and PE. His card is looking a lot healthier now. Harry O'Hara, 12 years of age, having the time of his life, caddying for John Henry. What a great experience for a 5 handicapper who's coming through the ranks rapidly.
Absolutely, and it's wonderful to be up close, but a great young player. Now this one, oh, and a great putt to secure Henry his eagle there. That's a beautiful putt.
Harry read it well. Now he's running off to get the bag, full of energy.
Brooks following this rather bold first putt, but no trouble. Doesn't want too many of that length though as we continue round the 18.
Scots John Henry and Jack Doherty are making their presence felt. Waite climbs into a tie for second alongside Thornton, but Brooks remains the man to catch at Clandeboye, a world-class venue with quite a history.
The club was established in 1933 as part of the Dufferin estate. The club is outstanding, the members are great, the facilities are second to none. We've just got a new driving range in, and the 2 18-hole courses, equally as good as each other and equally as challenging. One of the things about developmental work is getting people into golf, and that's what the EuroPro is all about, getting the next level up. We're doing the same here at Clandeboye. On one of our 18-hole courses, we've got a buggy track all the way around it, so it allows golf all year round for all abilities, disabilities, and anybody that wants to play golf that can. And our junior section is growing more and more and more. We've had a lot of members supporting that, to the extent where we must have now over 133 juniors on a summer programme. Our own Johnny Caldwell, who's hosting this event, and Johnny is so down to earth, he actually plays golf with one of our 12-year-olds. Again, just bringing them on, teaching them, showing them what it's like, and they learn from that. Young Harry O'Hara and his sister Molly, and there's a few others here, I could name, that they're all benefit from the likes of Johnny's success going through the EuroPro Tour and onto the main tour.
Clandeboye, an unqualified success, but will it be a successful day for Joe Brooks? This is Scrabo Tower, built in 1857. Not too far away is the stunning coastline where we caught up with the most recent EuroPro Tour champion, Dermot McIlroy.
We don't really get any sort of sporting events over here, so I think the majority of households play golf. You know, there's either one or two play golf. So no, we're big into our golf, and we have a lot of great courses as well to choose from. So I think in general we're just big sports fans. Yeah, look up to Rory, because obviously, you know, he was world number one. He's won majors and everything like that there. When I was growing up, Padraig Harrington was my favourite golfer, along with Tiger Woods, obviously, you know. But that was like 2008, 2007 when he won the 2 British Opens. So he was my favourite golfer growing up. So yeah. I got to meet Padraig actually about 3 years ago, and it's just so interesting to listen to, you know. This is my 4th year as a pro, my first tournament victory. Like, it feels unbelievable to win. You know, I've had maybe 3 or 4 tournament seconds and maybe 3 or 4 thirds, you know, so I've came really close. But to actually get over the line and win, I've proven to myself that I have the game to win, and it gives me a lot of confidence. Top 5 obviously get their Challenge Tour card, so that's my main goal for the start of the year, is to get top 5. So I'm in a good position with 3 or 4 tournaments left. The top 5 players of the EuroPro Tours, obviously they've got the game to play on the Challenge Tour and European Tour. So yeah, again, it's more getting experience on travelling to different tournaments, different golf courses, and just testing yourself, testing your game, see where it's at in general. But I think if you finish top 5, you generally will progress onto the European Tour. I've gained a lot of experience over the past 3 or 4 years playing Challenge Tour and the odd European Tour event, so I know what to expect, and I know mentally how to prepare for the tournaments.
Having triumphed at Luton Hoo, McIlroy surprisingly missed the cut by a single shot. But an adopted Irishman, Simon Thornton, is seriously bidding for the title. Joe Brooks remains in front, but after birdieing the 5th on each of the previous 2 days, Mitch Waite will be looking to join Brooks up top with another birdie at the lengthiest par 3 on this, the Dufferin course.
Beautifully balanced swing from Waite. Fantastic shot. Definitely a chance of another birdie. As we come to the first of the par 5s on this course, the 6th hole, Langley letting rip down the left-hand side is probably the ideal line here. Oh, that really is, that's an excellent shot. It's cut the corner of the dog leg. Big, powerful swinger.
Joe Brooks, 19th currently on the EuroPro Tour Order of Merit. Had some really prominent finishes. Still looking for that breakthrough victory though.
John Henry has just got himself a bit out of position here. This for his par on the 8th. Gave it a good try, but one goes a-begging.
As you will know, Gary, success in the Pro-Am in these tournaments is no guarantee of doing well in the real thing, but it certainly has worked well for David Langley this week. He won the Pro-Am with a 67. Then, in the first 2 rounds of the tournament proper, shot 68 twice. And he remains dialed in.
Well, he certainly is, but you're right, Phil. Very often we see the winner of the Pro-Am not really featuring atop the leaderboard later in the week. Ben Amor. Just got to keep this turning away from the trees. You see there? I think that's probably just toppled into that front right bunker.
He's been inconsistent, Joe Brooks, this year. 5 missed cuts, but also some really good weeks. Again though, much like that putt on the first, you can see he's feeling a little nervous, understandably so.
Yeah, it certainly is. Plus I think it's compounded by, after the fog, there's still a little bit of moisture hanging about on the surface. As we trundle back to Amor. That's a good spot. Splash out from there. Thought it might just run a little more than that, Phil, but he's going to have a chance.
And what a chance for Langley after that spectacular second shot. Eagle it is for the man who lit up the MENA Tour last year. He won in Jordan, he was in the top 10 in Egypt, runner-up in Oman, and now bringing his form here.
Indeed. Amor. Just keep this on the edge of the hole. They're very subtle, these greens. They're tricky to read, a real test. You think you've got the line right, and then the ball just moves an inch more than you expect it to.
Now, I'm no arithmetical genius, but I reckon if Mitch Waite wins today, he's promoted. And when you're rolling the ball in at that speed, that confident speed, there's no reason to think he can't win. Langley jumps into fourth. Thornton's not going away, but now sharing the lead, it's Waite and Brooks. Having just made 3 birdies out of 3 on the 5th, can Waite do the same at the 6th?
The first of the par 5s, big hole, 520 yards. As you can see, sharp dogleg, so really the line is hugging these trees on the left to just avoid that little brook that we've just gone past. You'll then get to about here, leaving a big second shot to a heavily guarded green with all these bunkers, which are quite big faces to get out of, but a definite chance at 520 for a birdie or maybe better.
Yes, at 520, the lengthiest hole on the golf course. But for these guys, length is not an issue.
Interesting here. Waite favouring a little draw with the iron. You can see the curtail follow through, but he hit it so well he almost ran out of fairway and caught that little brook that I mentioned earlier. Thornton. Well, that was a kindly little flick off the cush. He too not taking on the brook. What's Joe Brooks's strategy? Yeah, pinpoint precision. Right in the corner of the fairway, he'll get a look round that corner. All working pretty well so far, Phil.
It is. Now, this is James Allen. Distinctive left-hander. Always like this man's rhythm. He's got a great name for golf, you know. James Allen, a different James, was runner-up in the 1879 Open at St Andrews.
My goodness, Phil. I love the information you can give us. As we see Thornton, that's a clever little shot there. He managed to work that round that tree, and he's put it in position A to still have a pitch onto the green. Joe Brooks looks as though he's taking on the challenge of the green with a long iron, a driving sort of iron. Has he got line and length? Got the line, but not the length, and I think it popped into one of those myriad of bunkers we saw earlier. Got a good contact, ball turf. Just needed a bit more club.
Waite, all the angles at address look really good. The pride of Filton Golf Club in Bristol. Well, unlike Langley, not threatening the pin, but any time you find a par 5 in 2, there's never any cause for complaint, Gary.
No, there certainly isn't. And I must admit, weight swing I'm very impressed with. And here is Langley, little 3/4 pitch. Just getting fooled by that slight false front.
A low one, this should have plenty of spin. Indeed, there it is. If he wins today, Gary, his second round 72 would be the highest score by a winner this season.
Well, that's an interesting fact. Yeah. Henry coming out of the first cut of rough. Great shot right over the top of the stick. Looking to bounce back after that previous hole bogey.
Really good tempo out of the bunker.
Yes, it is, and the thing to watch for our viewers here, just look at the length of backswing. Long, slow swing, plenty of sand, slide the club under the ball, Bob's your uncle, and there's the result. Little bit of swing on this for Alan, as he read it correctly. It looks to be tracking very well. Yes, that was really good putt. He's a good putter, this guy. I'm always impressed with his putting stroke.
John Henry on 9. Just a little shy. The man who came so close to winning at Caldwell Park in 2017, denied in a playoff.
What interests me about Langley is how low his hands are here and how far away. It's almost slightly reminiscent of the way Seve used to stand to his putts. You know, most of the guys now, they stand very upright with their eyes right over the ball. He is the complete opposite.
Waite's one of those players who looks really comfortable over the ball, whether it's putting or otherwise. And that, considering how curly and how tough that putt was, is a really good result.
Thornton, this one from just about 4.5 feet for his birdie. Firm straight in the hole. Yeah, beautifully done. Deserved it after that very good pitch in.
Highest score by a winner this year, 71. McIlroy at Luton Hoo, Jack Hawksby at East Sussex National, and Conor O'Neill at Donington Grove. Henry completes his front 9 with a par.
This one from, again, only about 3 feet from Brooks, secures his birdie. Very good up and down out the sand.
And this for Waite to follow suit. There's no doubt with a third of the closing round now in the books, the final 3 ball are putting distance between themselves and the rest. But we all know the Crunch 18 in any tournament is all about ups and downs. And talking of which, here's Gabby, who invited Joe Brooks to partake in a different kind of white knuckle ride.
can't wait for this. This is really exciting.
Yeah, this is so fun.
Yeah.
After you.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
little
such
gent.
a gentleman.
Such a gentleman. Thank you.
Oh, nah, I'm not about this.
So Joe, you're an incredibly popular man on tour, I know that. And you also said, you know, as much as you want to be taken seriously on the course, it's nice to have a bit of personality as well. So you can do both. But what's it like, you know, being with the same group of lads each week, in and out, but then also having to have them there as competition too?
Yeah, I think you've got to understand that the golfer aspect of yourself is not the main aspect of yourself, and it's only one arm of what you do in life. And on the golf course, yeah, we want to compete and we all want to win, but understand that once you're off the golf course, listen, everyone's a human being. You're just trying to have some fun, enjoy life, and then when you go back onto the golf course, yeah, they're competitive. But it's understanding just have some fun with it. Listen, what life throws at you is unbelievable, and if you can have a little bit of fun, then it's great.
So say today, you know, you left the golf course, you're preparing for the final round tomorrow. How do you prepare, or do you just tend to switch off?
I mainly try and go on Ferris wheels.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, just do a lot of this.
Anyone in mind, or?
No, just any Ferris wheel I can find.
Right,
no, I just switch off. I just try and I'll watch some TV. I'll do a little bit of practice and just get ready for the next day, really.
Okay. And how are you feeling about the final day?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm just going to enjoy the competition. Just enjoy the process. Stay in my own lane, and hopefully we can get the job done.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you very much. Oi, don't, because I don't like this.
Will the Northern Ireland Masters end on a high for Joe Brooks? Find out after the break. There are two courses at Clandeboye, the Dufferin and the Ava, and the members couldn't be prouder.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined by club captain of Clandeboye Golf Club, Owen Trainer. Owen, nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Great. I can see captain on there as well. There you go, right in the eye.
It's just to remind me.
And me, don't worry. Can you tell me a little bit about your involvement of the event?
Northern Ireland is a fabulous place in terms of our hospitality and friendliness, and we've got so much to offer. So we thought we'd reach out to stakeholders, and we've been delighted that people like Tourism NI have supported us, Ards and North Down Borough Council and Sport NI. And our whole plan was to focus on the fact that Scotland is the home of golf, undeniably the home of golf, but Northern Ireland equally, undeniably, is made for golf. So on that basis, we thought we would try and stage an event here that was going to shift the focus. We're not in competition with the North Coast, with the Royal Portrush, but we thought we could focus on another part of Northern Ireland that's equally beautiful, with fabulous golf courses and as well with visiting.
Absolutely, and you must be so proud that the event is, you know, staged at your club.
Absolutely, over the moon. It has been incredible. The amount of effort that has gone into this has been terrific. The support that we've got from Ice Weller and the PGA, and Dan and Matt and the EuroPro has been incredible. Along with the volunteers, the people in the club in Clandeboye, the local community, and all of the bodies that I mentioned have just been incredible in terms of getting behind us. So whenever this happened, we just embraced the idea. Huge challenge, but we think we've delivered, and we're absolutely over the moon with how things are going.
Jonathan Caldwell, that must be another reason too.
The stars have been aligned for us. We had Jonathan win his first European Tour event, and of course, you know, Jonathan came through the EuroPro Tour and is now playing at the highest level in the European Tour. We're so proud of him. He's a fabulous young man, and he's dedicated to Clandeboye. Absolutely thrilled about Johnny doing so well.
So are we. The EuroPro Tour's finest are revelling in the chance to experience Clandeboye, and we could be witnessing a double on the Dufferin, because Mitch Waite, winner of the Nokia Masters in early August, is tied at the top with Brooks as they take on the 7th, the shortest par 4 on the course.
See weight through the trees, flipping that little one up and over. Come on, just get up over that front. Yeah, tricky pin placing right on the front here. Now Brooks, again, just negotiating the tree.
The 10th is the toughest hole on the course. Only 443 yards, but playing 4.43 average score. Most double bogeys, plenty of others as well. Oh, and you can see why. Big bounce into the heavy stuff.
Thornton, third player, pitching to this 7th. Probably the closest result.
Now, we talked about the 10th being fearsome, so is the 8th. 455 yards. It's produced more bogeys than any other hole on the course, that is, and after that, another bogey could be forthcoming.
Brooks, whose approach just failed to climb up this little front on the green. How's his touch? Yeah, another great little field shot.
Well, thanks to his caddy, I think the ball has been found. John Henry will be delighted about that. Okay, it's a terrible lie, but much better than having to go back to his original spot. Or maybe it wasn't.
Oh dear, that was... Trouble is, once you've got stuff behind your ball like that, if the shaft just touches it, it only needs to be thrown off track by a fraction to end up virtually missing the ball.
I feel personally guilty talking about all of those big numbers as he was playing his approach.
I don't think he could hear you, Phil. Now, Mitch Waite. Has he got it? Has he? Oh! 3 feet short. I thought that had to just curve right into the dead centre.
Now this would be some save for Langley. Half the job done.
London, this 10-footer. You always somehow feel that you should get those when it's pretty much a straight putt from, 3-4 yards away.
He's having a whale of a time, isn't he? Even though his man is really struggling on 10.
Get there. Get there. Get there. Go on.
It's going to be a setback.
Brooks. That is a surprise and a setback for Brooks. Interesting, the line round this hole has fooled all of them.
Up on 10, Henry did tap in for a double bogey 6. Here on the 8th, par is salvaged. I'll tell you what Langley's putting style reminds me of. David Guilford.
Yeah, that's very true, Phil. Have people digging in their memory banks.
As the short but tricky 7th claims another victim, Brooks surrenders the lead to Waite. You know, the EuroPro Tour develops future stars, and so does Northern Ireland, home of course to Rory McIlroy. And from what we're hearing, the talent production line isn't slowing down.
My name is Haru Harama. I'm 12 years old. I've been playing golf for 10 years. Started when I was 2. My handicap is 5. This year I've come down to 5 from 10.
Do you want to be a professional golf player?
Yes, I do. I've watched the EuroPro Tour and I will also be caddying for John Henry.
And who started you off on your journey of playing golf?
Myself, I got plastic golf clubs.
And how old were you when you started with your plastic golf clubs?
2. I just like having fun.
Right, so you just hit the first ball, obviously, for the start of the tournament. What does that feel like?
Yeah, it's good. It's an honour to be able to start off a EuroPro event.
And hopefully one day you'll be starting off a tournament by action because you're playing in the tournament.
Yes, hopefully one day.
When Francis Ouimet won the 1913 US Open, his caddy was only 10 years of age. Now then, Mitch Waite. Little askew, but not too much trouble.
Langley now, out of the first cut on the 9th. Yeah, well judged, just past pin high.
Simon Thornton playing on an invite. He won his first EuroPro Tour title at Bovey Castle 13 years ago.
My, how time flies. Amazing. And along very nicely here. Good player, very experienced, Simon Thornton.
The amiable Joe Brooks. Trying not to dwell on that bogey at 7, but he seemed to slip on the tee there. The tee shot is fine though, and in fine shape. Talking with Ash, it's Mitch Waite.
Mitch, 3 under par 3 first 7 holes. Satisfied?
Delighted. Yeah, he's after that long wait this morning to even get out there is a good thing. So yeah, 3 under through 7, certainly take that.
Excellent. How difficult is it to maintain your focus when you're getting a resumption of play in an hour maybe, and then another delay and another delay?
I think most of us knew that, you know, you boys were keeping it off for a reason. So there's obviously going to be a break in the weather, and to be honest, I sort of had an inkling that we were going to play, so I was sort of ready for anything really.
That's great. And finally, what's it like to play in front of all these people?
Yeah, I said in my interview earlier on that the Northern Irish now did it properly over here with the golf. So now great to have so many people out here supporting the event is great for us lads as well. Great experience.
Excellent. Okay, good luck for the rest of the round.
Cheers, Ash. Thanks, mate.
Thornton, his second shot here. This requires a good straight hit with this fairway wood. Off the slight upslope. Asking for the breeze to catch it. Hold on. Very close, but tricky just up over that slope.
And it just shows the severity of the hole. Not very often today you see pros going into a par 4 with a fairway wood, or indeed a long iron. And that is rather like David Langley's short right. You know, Darren Clark won a Challenge Tour event here at Clandeboye in 2003, and the crowds for that were also spectacular.
It certainly is lovely to see so many people, and the players can feed off that as well, as we see what Langley can do with this putt. Nice judgment of pace. Not easy, a little bit of a double breaker, that one.
Yeah, there's that Guilford-esque putting style. Yeah, I was giving a less than contemporaneous reference. David Guilford, a former Ryder Cup star who now plays on the Legends Tour.
weight with the ball. Be slightly below his feet, but that's a great shot. Almost went straight in the cup on the second bounce.
I said when he hit his tee shot he wasn't in too much trouble, but maybe that was undercooking it. Now Brooks came very close to some jungle.
It is. It's what a lot of people regard as an old weed, that Himalayan balsam that's really invaded over the last few years. Snipes. Very well holed. I think it's tricky. He favours that top with the hoodie. I think I would find it getting in my way when I was playing.
Thornton, short-sided, needs to be delicate. That was delicate. And if he taps that in, I reckon he's gaining around half a shot on the field. Now there's a distinguished guest on the left-hand side, Paul Given, the First Minister.
Langley, as you can see, ball quite considerably below his feet, so just got to be a little bit mindful the ball doesn't get away to the right when you're playing it from below your feet. Stay there, stay there. Yeah, very good.
To keep the card clean. Always low. Gary doesn't miss too many of those.
No, he certainly doesn't. It was just misread it. And you can almost see the break on this with a slightly higher ground behind his feet. That wasn't threatening the hole one little bit.
It really would be some four where his second shot came to rest. Oh, but that just dived away. They stick in the crawl.
Yeah, that really did shoot off to the left. Just see, he gave a little action with his wrist, so maybe he pulled it over that way. Thornton now. This one to...
The tough eighth heralds another change at the top. Waite's sole occupancy of the lead lasted just a single hole because he now has the company of Thornton as Brooks slides to third in this, a tournament that's received universal acclaim from the EuroPro Tour regulars.
It's probably been the best one we've played at.
It's a true test as well, and the fans, everyone out here just seems to love it.
So you got to hit some good shots. Like, you hit a bad one, you're getting punished for it, which you should do in golf.
The condition of the course is excellent.
I mean, the vibe here is different. I'm not surprised they're all buzzing because it's such a great place.
And they make you feel like a member, make you feel so welcome.
The Northern Ireland Masters at Clandeboye, a blueprint for ticking every box.
I'm honoured to be joined by the First Minister of the Northern Ireland Executive, Paul Given. Paul, how are you?
I'm doing good, yes, I'm glad to be here. The weather's holding up for us.
Well, I can see you now because the fog was here, but I can see you very clearly. You must be incredibly proud to have an event like this staged here at Clandeboye.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Obviously for Northern Ireland it's great to have another significant golfing tournament taking place here, but for Clandeboye as a golf club, hugely significant for them to be able to do that. So we're delighted. I'm glad that it's been a big success. and we're getting to the closing stages now today. But yes, it's tremendous for us to be able to host this. We thought we would have got maybe around 3,000, so delighted that more people have been coming out to do that. Obviously the positive impact on the local town, the hospitality. We know when it comes to accommodation as well, a lot of our economy has suffered over the last 12 months. So being able to generate that extra revenue is something that I know the local business community are delighted with. Whenever it comes to the tour, you've got the publicity, beyond what a normal tournament will generate. So our local media have covered this extensively, and that just lifts, obviously, then the sporting feeling within our community. More people get involved, and it's great to see. So it's a win-win for everybody whenever we've been able to host this tournament.
From one leader to another, Simon Thornton, who set this tournament alight with a first round 60, is joint leader of the Northern Ireland Masters, together with Mitch Waite, as the final 3-ball hit the back 9. Waite's looking for revenge on the 10th, after back-to-back bogeys there on the first 2 days.
From a good lie in the first cut of rough, enabled him to control the ball very well. Don't think there'll be a bogey today.
11, 153 yards, shortest hole on the course. This is David Langley. Caught the right-hand shoulder and veered off.
Yes, he won't be best pleased with that. It's probably not much more than a 9-iron. Mitch Waite, after his sterling approach. Steady on. This left him a bit more work than he really wanted.
That's a little lengthier than the putt he missed on the 8th. Langley taking the aerial routes. Well, the crowd say good shot, and they are correct.
Brooks, this one just on the left lip. Yeah, hangs on. Saves his part.
Langley, a 25-year-old from Marlow in Buckinghamshire. Well saved, and he's well on course to beat his personal best on the EuroPro Tour this season, tied 19th at Park Wood.
As you said, Phil, this may be longer than the one he missed on the previous hole. Yes, that's very surprising. Having seen him holding so many putts, 2 have gone.
Now here's Jonathan Caldwell with his take on the short 11th.
So we've made it to the 11th tee here on the Dufferin. One of the best par 3s, I think, on the 2 courses. We've got 163, 64 to the flag today. A little bit of wind in out of the right, so I'm just going to try and hold a 7-iron in there and hopefully find this green, which is one of the smallest targets on the 2 courses. Let's see how we get on. Might have hold it. Might have hold it. That's the way you play that. It looked like it was a lot closer than this from the tee, but I'd certainly take putts for 2 of this distance on par 3. So let's see if we can walk out of here with a 2 and pick up a shot, or at least a shot on the field. As easy as that.
Preposterously easy, but under pressure in the final group, not so easy. I think Thornton is looking the more solid of the 3.
Yeah, just at the moment he seems very calm. As we see Langley letting fly with everything there from the fairway. Yeah, 1 or 2 of his recent ones have gone a little bit right. It's okay, plenty of room down there. Mitch Waite, can he steady the ship? Oh, very nicely on line. It's always the way, isn't it? You miss a couple of putts of that sort of length and then you go and give yourself another one.
Now we saw a terrific chip from Langley on 11. What about the bunker play?
Nice shot, Langers. All right, play.
Well, that was tremendous. So tight, it really is.
Yes, exciting stuff. Can Thornton get his blow in first here?
Where do you think you are, Augusta?
I like his comment. Where do you think you are, Augusta? I think he thought it was a bit quicker than it was.
Oh, he will hate that putt. Technically not good, and the time and go it was horrid. Could have put some pressure on with that.
So wait, maybe just 6 inches longer than the previous two. Very often, I've often over the years thought that very good players seem to hold more birdie putts than they do par putts, whereas club golfers, they often hold a putt for a par and miss the ones for birdies.
Now come on, Simon, keep it simple. Yeah, the first putt was nothing to write home about, but it's a 3 anyway. Of those on the leaderboard, Daniel O'Loughlin's going best. Brooks is just a single stroke off the pace. That's still being jointly set by Thornton and Waite, who before teeing off had a chat with Gabby.
So Mitch, you're obviously from the UK, as am I, but a bit of fog here. How are you enjoying Northern Ireland?
Yeah, lovely, always good to be back. The Northern Irish know how to do it properly over here, so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting out there later on today.
Okay, and obviously a bit about the weather. You got glasses on as well. How are you going to cope?
Now I put the contacts in later on. But yeah, yesterday afternoon it was pretty bleak out there yesterday afternoon with a bit of drizzle, and it was quite overcast then, so it wasn't easy. But yeah, we'll go and give it a go.
Well, you came first in Manning's Heath, and then a week later second at Luton Hoo. Pretty solid couple of weeks that.
Yeah, I think it's been trending for a while. Just not been able to quite get in contention. Obviously now, three final groups in a row. Got to be doing something right. So yeah, can go out there today, free flowing, go and enjoy it and see what we can do. Yeah.
You seem pretty laid back, like quite calm. Is that your style of play?
I think it is now after the way I've been playing, really. I think when you know you need to win, because that's what you need to do on this tour. If you want to get one of those 5 Challenge Tour spots, there's a bit of pressure for myself. I see it as I'm top of the tree. If I can keep doing what I'm doing, then I'm going to be thereabouts come the end of the season. That's just the game plan. Well, you are top of the tree, first in order of merit. How is it being at the top? Is there more pressure? It's where you want to be. You want to be leading that order of merit. That's where I'm at the moment. If I can go out and do my job today, then I'd like to think I'll be there at the end of the day as well. So, what was it, 5? Well, including this event, still 5 events left. A lot of golf to be played, but yeah, we'll go out there and just give it my all and just see where it leaves me.
Good attitude from Waite, who has made a par and a birdie in the previous 2 rounds on this hole.
Langley's reached the 13th tee. Yeah, well, it's not finding the fairway. Rough's pretty light over there.
Well, after the fog comes the rain. Oh, Brooks. Not happy, not a happy camper. When he went to university in Maryland, the nickname was the Terrapins, and that's appropriate because right now he's treading water.
Indeed. Each way, staring the flag down. Slight misjudgment. Shake of his head. He knows he's just not quite got it right.
Now come on, Joe. Maybe he's just trying to force the issue now. Staring at the most unpalatable type of bogey on a par 5.
Waite following his slightly misjudged length of approach. You're hoping that this might go in, but I think he'll settle for 2 putts from there. Again, after the fog and now some rain, slowing the greens down even a little bit more.
Yeah, the dampness makes the reaction from this kind of semi-rough all the more difficult to judge. Yeah, really difficult to judge. What a shot from David Langley. That's his 2nd eagle of the day, remember.
Fabulous to see. Now, Joe Brooks, can he salvage his par? No, he can't. And, you know, a 6 on a par 5, where really all these players look at par 5s as though they should be 4s. It's almost like dropping 2. I'm almost speechless, really. I just don't quite understand whether it's what's happened to him.
Yeah, tiny putts missed on 8, 10, and now 12. The general mood of this final 3-ball, with the exception of Thornton, is now in tandem with the weather. There's a new outright leader, Thornton, who's regained top spot through steadiness. Thanks to that 2nd eagle of the day landing for Langley, he catapults into a share of 2nd spot alongside Waite. Could Langley come up on the rails? The story continues from Clandeboye in just a moment. When the 2019 Open Championship was staged at Royal Portrush, the golfing world fell in love with Northern Ireland. And given locations like this, you can see why. Back at Clandeboye, a true golfing attraction, there's a battle to squeeze into the top 5. But as for the title, Joe Brooks, Mitch Waite and David Langley are the only players within realistic striking distance of 3-time Irish PGA champion Simon Thornton.
Here is Simon Thornton, launching it away from the 13th tee. Finding almost the dead centre of the fairway. Cracking tee shot.
Mitch Waite trying to quell that sinking feeling. From tee to green, he's been fine, but the short stick has let him down. That was similar to his tee shot on 8, well left. And I believe Ashley is down there with his ball.
Problems for Mitch Waite here on 13. He's missed it left. He's in some really thick rough. It's actually sitting up a bit, so there's a danger he could go under the ball. He's got 96 yards to go. He could, if he can get a good enough contact on it, he could get it high enough through the gap. He's got a bunker to carry and then a tier to go up to get to this flag at the back of the green. This is a tough one.
So a look at the 14th, 176 yards. This water feature at the front doesn't really affect these players unless they're playing to a front pin position. The difficulty for this hole, though, is the humps and hollers on the greens. Just depending where the flag is placed, you need to get the club right to not give yourself too difficult a putt. And what can Langley do with his tee shot? Pin high, but there's going to be quite a step to come over there.
Not an enviable shot, this. The contact seemed reasonable though. I'll tell you what, from where he was, not too bad at all. Although, dare I say it, after his putting woes of late, it's three-putt country.
Yeah, it is, but I think he would take getting the ball there. Now, can Thornton apply some more pressure to his challengers? Nearly.
Looking for a second two in succession. Langley having to accept a three, but he will not mind.
Interesting choice. Again, quite a lofted club to there.
Come on, come on.
Yep, well played.
It's great to see all of the guys being given so much encouragement by the galleries here. They really have made this tournament. And Langley's trying to make this tournament his own.
Yes, he's certainly the one that's blazing away with all guns. Now, Thornton, can he get this one? Oh, he can. Now that is a big blow. That's a great putt. Never looked anywhere other than the hole. Super bit of judgment.
Under normal circumstances, this would be a mere formality, but after what we've just seen over the last few holes, maybe not. Thankfully, it's in. Will Thornton's birdie on 13 be a key moment? Well, it certainly felt that way, but his now two-shot lead could soon be eroded if Langley, who's birdied the 15th in each of the first two rounds, maintains his mastery of a par 5. Jonathan Caldwell rates highly.
So we're on the 15th tee here. It's reasonably short par 5, but could be a pivotal hole come Friday afternoon with the leaders getting here. Good chance of an eagle 3 here, so if we can find this fairway, anything just right of this little bunker on the right here should bounce to the left and find the flat in the fairway. Touch to the left, but should be okay from there to reach the green. So we found the left rough here on 15, the par 5. Not the worst tee shot, and certainly with a good second shot it'll give us a chance for an eagle 3. Let's see if we can hit one close. Go, go, get up. Yeah, reasonable chance at a 3 there, I think. Below the hole too, which is great in this hole.
After twin eagles, what about a bird upgrade and an albatross? From there, he'd be more than happy with a birdie.
Thornton. Punching it forward with a 7-iron. Very good. Stopped quickly, things. It caught that little downslope.
Fog, rain, and now blustery breezes. The conditions throwing everything at these golfers. And Brooks has just lost his swing. One hole in front. How's the ball of Langley lying?
Well, David Langley, after his eagle on 13, is right in contention, and he's got another chance here. He's just about pin high on the par 5 15th in 2. He's got a lot of green to work with. The green does slope from back to front, so the ball will work round to the left as it rolls out. But he's got an awful lot of green to work with. He's got a very nice lie. He's got a good chance of making a 4 here, and then the cat really will be amongst the pigeons.
see if he can get great judgment on this. Got it right behind the hole.
To remain in the hunt and for his flagging morale and up and down here, surely essential.
Right. Just didn't sound as though it had a very good lie, that one. Alan? Just in front of this 15th green. Oh, it's a great shot. Go in. Oh, beautifully judged. And he spoke to Gabby before going out.
James, nice to see you again. Despite the weather, how's it been in Northern Ireland this week?
I've had a great time actually. We've had a few of us in a place together, really enjoying the course, had a good time away from it, went to Belfast last night for a bit of food, just trying to take in the sights a little bit. It's nice to get out of England, get on a plane.
Absolutely, despite this?
Yeah, it's not great, is it? Hopefully it'll clear up, but it doesn't look so hopeful at the minute.
Yeah, okay, well you've been pretty consistent on tour, haven't you? But what do you need to do to get that one win and get over the line?
To be honest, I've not really played that great. I've not been overly happy. I've put certain rounds together, but never kind of kept the level up for 3 days, which obviously you need to because the stand on here is really, really good. Just a slight mental adjustment for me this week, which has made a bit of a difference to how I've dealt with certain scenarios on the course. But just keep putting myself in position, and I'll see how it goes from there.
And you mentioned course there, but how have you found the course?
I think it's really good. I think the setup's been really good as well. It's tested you. The rough's thick enough, and it's quite tricky in parts. And you've got to put your ball in the right spots. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Well, there should be big crowds here today. I know we won't be able to probably see them.
Yeah.
So does that put more pressure on play, or?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm the group before the final group, so I think most of them will be in the final pairing. But I'm more than happy to have people out watching. I think it puts good atmosphere on it, and a few extra nerves is never a bad thing.
The ability to cope with nerves shouldn't be a problem for Thornton, who's won on the European Tour, the 2013 Saint-Omer Open in northern France.
Up the hill. A lot of movement on this putt. Oh, great effort.
One hole ahead, Langley to get within one. Easiest hole on the course. It's produced most birdies, most eagles, but not for Langley.
Brooks, after his chip from the awkward lie at the front, can he salvage something? No, the golf course is battering poor old Joe Brooks today.
Yeah, he's had such a good season. Tied 9th at Harleford, tied 2nd at Caldwell Park, tied 3rd at the Nokia Masters. Today, though, disappointing, and it grows ever more frustrating. The overnight leader is now 4 off the pace, still being established by Thornton, who's 2 clear, 4 to play in his quest for a second EuroPro Tour success, 13 years after his first.
Ben Amor, from this fluffy light, as he got the club face very open, throw it miles into the sky. Yeah, that was, as his playing partner said, a very good result.
Now wait, a birdie here would be worth its weight in gold.
Amor just to tidy this little one up.
Fairway found for 44-year-old Simon Thornton, born in Bradford, now living in County Down. Well, we could see and we could hear that was a good shot right off the middle of the bat.
Langley, can he keep this? Great round of golf going. An interesting quick rhythm, quick sort of forward press before he goes, but maintains a great balance.
Joe Brooks' favourite golfer, Bubba Watson. Can he conjure up some Bubba inspiration? Towering shot, but just short.
Wade having chosen to lay up to this position. Must look pretty good from his end here. Straight over the flag, but a bit bold.
Yeah, bold, the operative word there. Although that's good to see, he's going for it.
With a 2-shot lead, Simon Thornton's done the important thing on 15, par 5. He's found the surface in 2. He's slightly below hole high, which means the putt is going to be a little bit straighter. It still will go right to left, and it will break quite quickly towards the end, so pace is absolutely key here. But if he can get down in 2 for birdie, 3-shot lead, he'll be getting very confident.
First though, Brooks trying to replicate the eagle he made here on day 1.
Langley, after that speedy first attempt, an airing, never in doubt. Definitely a spring in his step.
Well, it's an eagle putt. More realistically though, 2 putts for a birdie. The reaction, understandable. Needs to improve his catching skills.
Yeah, be upsetting the greenkeeper. Alan. Flipping this one in from not quite the most perfect angle. And with that green sloping rapidly away, he did well to even keep it on the green.
Now if Wade can knock this one in, his title challenge is re-energised. But he was walking early. Oh, and he's got that length of putt again.
Langley's second shot from just in front of this short par 4. Running well, running right in. Whoa! Wow.
3 eagles in the same round, 2 of them on par 4s. Langley, his stock climbing. I'm afraid, because of that misbehaving putter, the stock of Mitch Waite is falling. You can never master this game, Gary. or any aspect of it.
No, that's very true. As we see James Allen with his very long attempt. Be pleased to get this nestled by the hole. And he's done that very well.
Now the first putt left something to be desired. What about the second? As solid as a rock. Simon Thornton climbs to 13 under par. Is his name engraved on this trophy? It's going to be another good week for Waite, but the Bristolian will need something remarkable to lift the trophy now. It's surely a head-to-head between player of the day Langley and the leader with 3 to play, Simon Thornton.
You must have a bit of local knowledge as well. I know your caddy plays here and you've played here a few times.
Yeah, I've played a few times over the last years, and I've probably played more this last year here than I have in the last sort of 15, 20 years. Ross lives about 10, 15 minutes away now, and he's been a lifelong friend really, so there's a little bit of local knowledge there. Yeah, it might give me a little bit of an advantage maybe, so we'll see. Okay, well you broke a course record, obviously Rory scored 64. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, shooting 11 under par is not going to happen every day of your life. I've been playing full-time golf since 2004 and been never anywhere close to that. I suppose when you get to that sort of deep under par, it's more of a mental thing than anything else. You know, you're playing good golf, you've just got to keep the foot on the accelerator and play. Yesterday's first tee shot, lost ball, that's just called golf really, isn't it? So it's one extreme to the other. But yeah, I mean, it's great to get any course record, but to do it with 11 under par is pretty special, yeah.
Yeah, and you actually started golf quite late, didn't you, in terms of a professional? You turned professional at 28,
I did, yeah.
Started in your teens. How did you get into it in the first place?
Not to put too much a point on it, I didn't get the grades I wanted at A-level really. Had to do golf and leisure management, thinking I would move into the management side of things, and started to play golf and get a bit better, and then asked if I wanted to be an assistant in Royal County Down and did my training and all that. And so it sort of then grew really, and I just made a decision then in 2004, what are you going to do it right? So do you want to be a club pro, do you want to coach, or do you want to play? And I thought, right, I want to play, so I gave it a go and just kept getting better, and here I am. However many years later on, yeah.
Obviously a bit of a natural, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I should have started earlier maybe, but hindsight.
Well, you hear kids now, don't you, starting so young.
Yeah,
I think a kid playing here at this course, he plays off 5. And
that's right, Harry's great, but we play now. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. The only thing is that when they start so young, they have to still enjoy it. You can't push them too much, you can't push them too far forward, you can't, I'm not going to say get them big-headed, but you've got to keep their feet grounded and say, look, and if you enjoy it, play it, and if you don't enjoy it, don't play it, you know, and that's the main thing when they're kids.
The wisdom of Simon Thornton, so close to lifting the Northern Ireland Masters Trophy. Bangor, home to a marina, the Eisenhower Pier, and one of golf's great characters and commentators, David Fahey. It's a seaside town, just a short drive from Clandeboye, where the inaugural Northern Ireland Masters is down to the crunch. Mitch Waite and Joe Brooks are duelling for third spot. Simon Thornton's the man to catch, but with a birdie on the 18th, David Langley would grab a share of the lead. Here's our host to explain the subtleties of the approach.
So we've managed to find the left edge of the fairway here at 18 with a tee shot that started up the right. Massive slope here in this fairway. Anything further left than where I started the ball could potentially find these winds. So the guys have got a decision to make, whether they play short of these winds and into the flat, so they take on the hole, and with one good shot can really turn it into a good birdie opportunity. Let's see if we can finish strong here. I'll take that to finish the day. Good opportunity for a 3 here at the last, and hopefully moving up the leaderboard on Friday.
James Allen's second to the home hole. Driving it forwards. Just not driving it onto the green.
Dejection is the enemy of Joe Brooks. But he's got to keep telling himself if he could finish birdie, that would be very valuable, both in terms of prize money and order of merit points. And we all know that at the end of the season, every pound counts.
It certainly does. Now, Thornton. Quite a lot of ground to clear here and not a huge amount of green. He's judged that again. It's another wonderfully judged shot. Dropped it on the only sixpence he was ever going to get the ball close to the hole from, then almost hold it, as you could see.
Thought we were going to see a repeat of what Langley did there. Now his back is against the wall, not literally. Has to make a birdie, then hope. Right over the stick.
Pitch weight. No, it's all just drifted away from Mitch. Yeah, just wanted a little delicate touch on it. Jumped away from him.
Alan, last thing he wants is to finish with a bogey and the sour taste that leaves in the mouth. He won't. The man who was runner-up in the Tour Championship in 2019. A couple of top tens already this season for him.
Well, Waite's still in there battling as he should be.
As for Ash, he's made his way to the 18th green.
David Langley has about 30 feet for birdie here, which will really put him in the mix. Time for the lead. It's going to go left to right at the end, quite fast. It's a tricky putt, but it is makeable.
What a round this would be, Gary.
Oh, it would be fantastic. I mean, a great round, whatever. Need to really put some pressure on. Now, can he get the right read? It's running well. I don't think it's going to break it. Hardly broke at all at the end. But, rather like Ash, I think he thought it would break a bit more.
The wind really getting up now. But the wind is very much out of the sails of Joe Brooks.
Alan. As you said, Phil, it's not the way you want to finish. 73, disappointing, just too many errors on that one.
Now Thornton. The chip was brilliant and the putt was nowhere else. Right to left, right in.
Absolutely wonderful score there, 65. The three remarkable eagles. Wonderful score.
So David, great round of golf today.
Thank you very much.
You must be pleased.
Yeah, I'm pleased with how I played. Obviously, the conditions were the toughest we played in all week, so to play my best golf in the last day in the tough conditions, I'm pleased with that. Yeah.
Okay, well that eagle in 17th put you into contention there.
Yeah, I've had a trio of eagles today. Yeah, I hit a good drive down there, and it was a relatively straightforward chip. I was in exactly the same spot yesterday and kind of messed the chip up, so I was keen to hit a good chip there, and then obviously it going in's a little bonus.
At the very least, Langley has sewn up second place. Brooks and Waite are vying for third. How many times, particularly on the back nine, have we seen that? Short right. Didn't like the swing. And off the club.
Thornton from position A. one good shot here. Yeah, that's a cracking shot under the pressure. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Little curtailed follow through. Just knock it down, keep it under the wind, and get it on the green.
Looks like a par for Waite. Woodseal tied third. The crowds really have been something else. They've elevated all of the players' games. But for Joe Brooks, it's been a day he'll want to forget. Well done to finish, though. And it's going to take more than a few mistakes on a golf course to wipe the smile off that man's face. He's got 3 for it.
That's a very nice feeling to have. I don't think he will take them, though. I think he will try and nestle this one up. Close. And again, little bit left to do for him in a second. Now wait. He won't want to remember these last few holes, but he's closed out with that. But you can see, back 9, too many missed putts, and a 71 not good enough.
Isn't that the cruel irony of golf, though? The putter let him down all day, then on the 18th it said, "You're okay now, I'll let you have one." Oh, but that was so costly for Brooks. Cost him a share of third.
Here you saw the vagaries of golf all in an instant there with Waite and Brooks. Now Thornton won't want to miss this one. And of course he doesn't. Great champion. Round of 67. No blemishes, in control of his game. Lovely to see. Congratulations, Simon Thornton.
The architect of a day 160. What a week.
I have to say I played lovely. Played good golf all day. Just stayed in the present. 2008, I think I won on the EuroPro Tour back in Bovey Castle now, so it brings back memories. Quite emotional.
I'm not crying yet.
Not yet.
Well, you shot 60 on the first day.
Yeah.
How hard is it to reset and then go again?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was happy with yesterday, because I didn't put myself out of it, you know. I suppose that's golf. I shot 11 under one day and then lost my ball the next day on the first tee, so that's just the way it goes. I played okay yesterday, actually, I have to say, and kept myself in it. And I knew rightly that if I just keep plodding along on the front 9 here now and just keep going, I knew if I was in and around the leaders, then I would have a good chance.
Dongwon Kim and Ben Amor shared 5th. It wasn't to be for 36-hole leader Brooks. Waite tightened his grip on promotion. Langley engaged in the spectacular, but no one could block Simon Thornton's path to glory. So to the winner, the spoils, a first prize of £12,500 and the Northern Ireland Masters silverware, presented by Guest of Honour, First Minister Paul Given.
Can I thank your captain, Owen, for the opportunity just to be here to congratulate Simon for being the Northern Ireland Master at golf here at Clandeboye, but especially to the Clandeboye Golf Club. And just had an opportunity with a head referee to get round and watch some of the holes being played out, and just to see the folks in the blue and the volunteers and the work that the club have really put in is tremendous. And you have been a fantastic group of ambassadors for sport here in Northern Ireland. So thank you and well done to the club.
As for order of merit implications, with only 4 tournaments remaining this season, here goes. Joe Dean, Dermot McIlroy, Will Enifer and John Parry, everyone a winner in 2021, occupy 4 of the 5 promotion places. But best positioned to earn a full challenge to a card is Mitch Waite, after increasing his lead over the chasing pack to over £3,600. Next time on the EuroPro Tour, it's the Matchroom Sport Championship at Studley Wood. Until then, it's goodbye.